We are on. Welcome back, Ultra M.A.G.A Nation citizens, to, you guessed it, the shittiest podcast on Rumble.
Ultra M.A.G.A.
Man, it's been a wild week. You got J.D. Vance's, which I did find out it wasn't actually J.D. Vance wasn't the one shot at.
Oh, okay.
There was just a shooting near him, and Secret Service agents reacted.
Proximity.
You got a ceasefire in Iran that apparently the Iranians, at least the people in the military, the ones driving the fast attack boats, didn't hear about, at minimum.
They went for it and got fucking blown up.
Well, I mean, you'd really think that after watching us attack different narco-terrorist boats that are fast attack boats minus guns.
Yeah.
I
mean, they don't have like a mounted gun. They have guns.
Well, yeah, they have guns on them, but they're not treating them like military vehicles. They're trying to make them as low slung and as invisible on the water as possible, getting blown up. So you would think that I don't know, the Iranian government would be like, "Hey, we probably shouldn't do this.
It's probably a bad idea,
but this probably
fucking stupid all the way around."
they are kind of stupid. The fact that they think a couple of Boston whalers with a mounted gun can do anything to the United States Navy is stupid.
Yeah, it's never gonna work out well.
Not even a little bit. And realistically, the way I look at this conflict, and everybody out there is like, oh, it's another forever war. Trump said no wars. Trump said this. It's been 6 weeks, guys. You stood up for the Afghanistan war until 12 years went by. Go lay down. Sorry,
it's also
yelling at my dog.
It's also officially over.
So. And we're in a ceasefire. Now, that doesn't mean, number one, the ceasefire started 2 weeks ago. So technically, Trump could have paused it because he didn't do 60 days of attacking. Now, that's not what he did. But all the people are like, well, he didn't talk to Congress and have a conversation about whether it's okay. Well, let's give a few presidents that didn't have that conversation. Barack Hussein Obama, Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Jr. and Senior.
Yeah, Jr. and Senior.
So, wait a minute. It's okay for every president, Republican or Democrat, with the exception of Donald J. Trump. Man, it sounds more and more every day like if this man cured cancer, they'd pick it for cancer. If zombies started running around, you'd have liberals going, zombies have rights too.
Oh, they would.
And that's what's wild to me, because if it's okay for, I don't know, Barack. Please tell me we have audio. I have audio. Is yours dead? Okay. All right. So we're going to hold this out here for a second.
It's on now.
Is it? Okay. If Barack Hussein Obama can drone strike, I believe, and quote me if I'm wrong in the comments, an underage American citizen who claimed, I believe he was 16. He might have been 18. I could be wrong on the age. But an underage American citizen in a foreign country because he joined a terrorist organization without due process.
Right.
He's an American citizen. We're all up in arms because non-citizens are the conversation point about whether they have rights or not. But American citizens definitely have rights. They definitely have rights. Whether you like what they're doing or not, whether you agree that they joined the Taliban or not, they have rights. Yeah. They're American citizens. They do get due process.
I don't think he was underage.
Look up Barack, because I thought it was a 16-year-old that joined ISIS or the Taliban or some shit. Now maybe I'm misinformed, which fucking happens, and I do speak off the hip. Who did Barack Obama? What American citizen did
Yeah,
Barack?
mine's dead.
Okay, so we're gonna put this out here. That's lovely. It wasn't even on that long ago. So, Lindsay, how's audio? Can you hear me and Greg? Just a little bit. I'm gonna put it right there. Guess I'm gonna plug this one in. But like, even if he wasn't a kid, which if he was a kid and I'm right, that's even worse. But even if he wasn't,
Yeah, 16-year-old son killed in separate Yemen strike in 2011.
yeah, they killed an American citizen, an underage American citizen, without due process, and that's okay. There was no congressional hearings.
Yeah.
There was no impeach Barack Obama statements. It was just cool and washed over. You have the Secretary of State pretty much allowing Benghazi to happen, which isn't a war, it's just more death to American citizens. And people weren't impeached. They didn't ask for Hillary Clinton's resignation like they're asking for Hegseth's or Kristi Noem's. Like all of the double standardry. I made that word up today. I just made it up for y'all. That's for y'all. But all the double standards going on. But anything President Trump does, if you agree with it, you know what you are, Greg? You're a cultist that follows a billionaire that's a Nazi.
Right.
That's what you are. And that's the problem I have. Like, cool, if we want to start condemning shit, let's condemn all of it. It's all a fucking problem. You know, it's kind of like the people right now that are like, look what Trump did to the gas prices, but didn't have a fucking word to say when goddamn Joe Biden, with no fucking war with a gas-bearing country, was out there and had $5 a gallon gas. Or when Barack Obama was looking at everybody going, oh, what's he going to do? Is he going to wave a magic wand and bring back growth?
Liberals didn't even like follow politics during Biden.
Well, and I'm going farther than that with fucking Barack.
Mm-hmm.
Barack, when Trump took over, when Trump was going, well, you know, you need to really fix the growth and the job numbers and all this, which he did and does. Like they were like, oh yeah, well, like what's he gonna do? Wave a magic wand? That's what Barack said. Wasn't a fucking big deal. They all agreed with it. But the minute somebody comes in with a fucking plan and is actually acting on that plan, if you believe in him, you're a cultist.
Yeah.
You're a fucking cultist. You're a goddamn Trumper. You're one of those inbred redneck hillbillies that just, you're a racist. You're a fucking Nazi. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's double standard.
Like, the first black president kills a fucking child that's an American citizen. Cool. No fucking problem. Nobody even talks about it. Like, that's my biggest issue.
And then liberals will just come back with some made up bullshit like, well, they bombed a school in Iran. Like, no, there's no proof of that.
Well, and even if they did, it's because they had some sort of military asset there. Because the Iranian people, just like Hamas, the terrorist organization that the Palestinians keep voting into power, hide missile launchers, missiles, and things like that in schools, hospitals, and even UN buildings. It's been documented by the UN, you know, best friends with Donald Trump. So, like, to sit here and that's my other favorite. The Israelis are genociding a population.
Yeah, they'd be genocide if that was the case.
The white European Jews that live in Israel are genociding a population of natives. Like, that's their favorite fucking word, of natives. Look, I'm sorry you have white guilt. I'm really fucking sorry about that. And now this whole podcast is going on a whole nother tangent that wasn't even the point. But you know what? Welcome to Ultra M.A.G.A Nation. Sometimes we get places. But like the whole white guilt conversation, do you feel bad that your ancestors did bad things? No. No, the fuck I don't. Not even a fucking little bit. Why? Why don't I feel bad? Well, I can articulate that quite well because nobody on this planet has been done wrong by me or anybody related to me that's alive. And if you live in America, we're all in a pretty good fucking situation.
Yeah.
Now, I hear the next comment being, oh, well, there's homeless people and there's people that don't have roofs over their head. And well, the people that can, I don't know, buy water from the water company, they can flush a toilet. There are countries in the world that if you tell them you piss in water and flush it, they look at you like you're stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I don't feel bad. Was it wrong, whatever happened to whoever it happened to? Sure, I'll concede that. I'll concede that quite well, but I don't feel bad for it.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Why the fuck am I going to feel bad for something that I didn't do?
And then it went from everybody was cool
To Barack Obama.
to be anti-racist, and now it's like anti-white people. It's like multiple interviews I see where people are like, "Fuck white people." I don't even give a fuck.
Well, the whole DEI initiative is fuck white people.
It is. It is.
It's we're not allowed to be racist unless it's against white people.
Yep.
Like, and it's not even that white people disproportionately got in better favor in anything. You're looking at something. Grok? What is the percentage of white people in America? I want to say it's around 70%. Now, that's not because we're preventing people from coming into the country. That's because it was founded by a bunch of Europeans.
75%.
Yeah. Like, so everything should be on the proportion of 75% of it should be white people. Around, it could be 70 in some positions, it could be 80 in others. But like crime, for instance, crime should be 75% white people. Because there's 75% white people, right? Like all crimes committed should then be 75% done by white people.
Okay.
It's not.
Right.
All the business owners, 75% of business owners should be white people. What that means is 25% of business owners should be other people. Give or take 5%. Could be 30%. Go lay the fuck down, Cooper. My dog trying to come get in the podcast and I'm being mean. That's not racist. That's understanding percentages. If I have 75% apples and 25% oranges, then 75% of what I have are fucking apples. The problem is white people are so afraid of the word racist that we can't have this conversation. Because the minute I say it, I'm being racist. But the minute somebody says, hey, we're going to dumb down test standards for people of alternate color than white people so they can get a lower test score. But I'm the racist for pointing it out. How's the racist not the person going, look, we understand you're dumber and you can't get as high of a score. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower this test score for you, for people of an alternate melanin content than white people. I'm sorry, I think that person is the racist. I don't believe people of a different melanin content are stupider than me. And I grew up in a time where like we didn't give a fuck what color you were. That was like the last thing I paid attention to. What I paid attention to or not was whether you were an asshole, whether you were a dick, whether you did stupid shit, fuck people over or hurt people, that I didn't want to hang out with you.
Right.
If you stole my fucking toys, I didn't like you. But then Barack Obama came along and reignited the entire racist conversation. Like, that's how I remember it. Barack Obama
because he ran on race.
He ran on race, which there are. That's why, number one, I don't believe in the patriarch. Fuck it. Let's burn everything down today. I don't believe in the patriarch. There are women billionaires and women fucking CEOs. I don't believe in racism because there are black, brown, yellow, red millionaires. And not everybody can be a billionaire, but I'm pretty sure Jay-Z is one. I don't know if there's a brown or I would imagine there's a couple Asian billionaires.
Yeah.
It would be hard for me not to think that. And yeah, break it down to money. Break it down to who controls companies. And I'm talking pre-DEI, not post, because giving you a free pass to kind of like help make everybody feel better, like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
It's not about feeling better about yourself. It's about actual merit in any job. I don't give a shit what color you are if you're my surgeon. I just want to know you're one of the best. Like, if you're replacing my heart, I don't care what your race, religion, creed, or family type is. Hell, I don't even give a shit if you're gay, straight, trans. In that very moment, if you're the best person to replace my motherfucking heart, I want you to do it. Because I want that motherfucker to work when you're done.
Exactly.
If you're the guy flying my airplane, which was the point Charlie Kirk tried to make that everybody calls racist, once again, I don't give a shit about any of those factors. I just give a shit that you're good at flying airplanes. Like, I don't give a fuck if you're running a company or a country, what fucking color, race, creed, religion, sexuality you are, as long as you're the best fucking candidate for the job.
Right.
And anybody that thinks differently than that is either lying to themselves to make themselves feel better, or they're lying to you to make you feel better about their stance.
Right.
I don't give a fuck what color you are. I don't give a fuck if you believe in, okay, I take that back. If you're a Satanist, I don't want you to touch me. I don't give a fuck if you're the best goddamn surgeon on the planet. You probably sold your soul to the devil, and somehow I'm gonna get fucked. Like, that is the one thing on religion that I actually do hard stop. I don't want a Satanist to touch me on nothing. But beyond that, you can believe in Allah, Buddha, Shiva, one of the Greek gods, Jehovah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a shit who you sleep next to. I don't care. What I care about is you're the best person for the job. And it doesn't matter whether that's pouring the foundation of my house or replacing my heart. Like, you better be the best person for the job. I damn sure don't care if that company was had met the quota of the right amount of Asian people working for them. Period. And if you do, you're a fucking idiot. Like, if you really believe it, not what you broadcast socially to look like a social justice warrior, one of those people that are like, oh my God, if it wasn't for me caring about all of this stuff, nobody would care. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. If you're not going to be the best candidate for the job and you pretend like that person is who you want, not the best candidate, but the whatever, the gay orange transvestite from Cleveland. Sorry, Cleveland. That's who you want. They're not the best one for the job. We actually lowered the test scores a little bit so they could pass. But like, they did pass.
Yeah.
That's who we got. No, you don't want that. Nobody does. So don't sit here and fucking pretend. But anyway, back on subject. Fucking tirade, Tom. The Iranians apparently today attacked. Was it an American ship or was it the Navy? Like, who did they attack?
Navy.
It was our Navy vessels. They attacked the American. Not the Americans attacked. I'm sorry. The Iranians attacked the American Navy today. But the question really is, like, is one person listening to the other? I.e., what I mean by that is just because whoever's in charge of Iran says we're not going to attack anymore, does that mean that individuals in the military? But there's stories, what was it, till the 80s of some Japanese guy on an island?
Yeah.
Where he sat there, thought he was still in
multiple.
World War
It was like 4
II.
or 5.
Was there?
Mhm.
They were thinking they were fighting World War II to the 80s. Now, granted, technology has changed since then, and we have a lot more instant transmission between people. But does that not mean that maybe some guy on a Boston whaler somewhere was like, hey, we're doing this anyway? I'm just saying. And the real question is, would they actually stop if they were told to stop?
Right. That's probably some rogue.
And even if it's not rogue, like in every new ceasefire, there's always a small, you're the one that taught me this. There's always like a small period of time where they're like, well, we're going to attack each other for just a little longer.
Yeah. That's why ceasefires are. You don't want to announce them too far ahead because then everybody just starts attacking.
And once you get everything out of your system,
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of like if fuck, I lost it. It disappeared. There was a whole fucking like thought process of a specific country. Oh, when we did Operation Epic Fury on Iran. Later on, Iran called President Trump and was like, hey, we're going to shoot some missiles at a base, but we're going to miss.
Yeah.
So that we can look like we did try to attack back. So we look strong in front of our people, but we definitely don't want you to think we're actually trying to hit America, because they respected it then. And they had the Ayatollah in control. But realistically, that's the same guy. On a whole nother subject, do you want Iran to have a nuclear weapon? Like, does anybody actually want that?
Liberals do.
Their whole thing is how they have to bring in the destruction of the earth to start the second coming of their Messiah.
Right.
Like, their whole thing is, let's destroy everything so that our God comes back and saves us. Now, I'm not one to say whether somebody's right or wrong on religious purposes, because I don't have the answer. I know what God I believe in, and realistically, if I knew the answer, it would be great, but I don't. I believe I know the answer.
Yeah.
But if your God wants the destruction of the world to come back and bring some sort of unity or peace, or I don't know. I don't know all of it, but I know that their whole shtick is annihilation. And then the second coming of their God. It's not Jesus, because they are Muslim to some degree. And I say that intentionally because they're a specific sect of Muslims that believe destruction of all is what they need, and yada yada yada, so on and so forth. So it's not the everyday sect of Muslim. So I'm not saying every Muslim wants the destruction of the earth, is my point. Whether I agree or disagree with the faith doesn't mean that they're all radicals, I guess is the point.
Yeah.
Like, there are
They're
some
not.
people that just believe in their God and aren't radicals and aren't trying to take over the world.
And they just get a bad name for it.
Yeah. You know, fuck, there's some Christians that wanted to kill everything during the time of the Crusades.
Yeah.
But better heads prevailed, and that's not what they did. There was some dark times. That's why it was called the Dark Ages.
Then you got the hantavirus.
Oh my God, the hantavirus. How many people have died since 51? I think that's what you told me.
Yeah, 1951 when it first popped up in the Korean War, which is interesting.
It is interesting that it pops up in a war.
But it was yeah, it's like 50 to 60,000. There is no like official tally.
So, how do you how close contact do you have to be with people in order to actually catch the
From what I
hantavirus?
understand, it's like close proximity for a long time, like a cruise, which is where they happen now, or like prison, something like that.
So, like, you have to be like pretty much
Forcibly, like
in a tight,
yeah,
confined
shoulder to
area
shoulder.
for
Yeah,
a while.
yeah. It can take 6 weeks to present.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. I heard the 6 to 8 or some
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
like
So
that.
it's like what? What fucks with you? It's like hemo,
Oh, I don't know what it fucks with. That I
similar
don't
to
know.
Ebola.
Okay.
Fucks with your like blood cells.
And then they say it's a 40% mortality rate.
Yeah. With the WHO's already like, we're making a vaccine.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Is it an mRNA vaccine?
I don't know.
And why the fuck would you not have made a vaccine? I don't know, in the last 70 years, if it was that serious.
Yeah, these motherfuckers are like, we got another vaccine to sell and force on people.
Well, yeah, somebody's going to get rich.
Yeah.
But no, that's the American billionaires like Donald Trump taking advantage of everybody. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, I'm not saying Trump is anywhere near a saint.
Now they're starting to like, people are starting to push the mask. So I'm sure you're going to start seeing liberals wear masks again. They're fucking stupid.
Did they stop?
Yeah, there's some that just kept on rolling with
They
it.
still, yeah.
There's honestly like, if you're like under like, you're like in your early 20s, like you just got out of school, like they'll wear a mask when they're sick now. Like it's like they're brainwashed to it. They're like, "Well, I'm sick, so I better wear a mask because it's going to help." Like, stupid.
And here's the thing: if you're like immunocompromised,
Yeah,
you got cancer, you got some, like, I understand why you wear a mask. But if you're just some guy riding in his car by himself with the mask on the chin because when you go somewhere you need to wear it because it's your binky,
yeah.
like,
Well, then like some people just wear it because they don't, like they don't like what their face looks like.
oh yeah, I didn't
It's,
even think about that.
yeah, so it's a lot of like younger women because they're like, "Well, I didn't put my makeup on right today, so I'm gonna wear my mask."
Oh, so that would also be why, like, younger women are like pro hijab.
I don't think they are, but
Well, I mean, they're pro allowing people to wear the hijab.
oh yeah,
Not allowing, that's the wrong
I
word.
mean, I'll let you. I don't care
Yeah,
if you wear
that
it.
was the wrong word. That was the wrong word. But they're pro, like, yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. That might be a bad example. But I didn't realize the hantavirus was something like Ebola.
It's
I
similar.
just,
It's like it's in the same class. It's like
I really,
hemogeneric.
I really thought it was just going to be another flu that just more people died from. To be perfectly honest, I haven't done any research on the hantavirus. That was your thing. With good reason. It sounds bad. At 40%.
Well, yeah, I mean the WHO is already, the World Health Organization is already talking the shit. And I don't believe a fucking word that comes out of their mouth.
No, the problem is, yeah, I don't.
Like y'all lied so much
Like,
during COVID.
the COVID vaccine has killed millions of people. And Donald Trump won in 2020. He just didn't get certified. But,
It's called hemo something. It's not popular. No.
gotcha. Oh, well, either way, like, that doesn't mean we don't take viruses and illnesses seriously. But what other virus has been around since 51 that only 50,000 people have died from that we're going to call a pandemic?
They haven't called it a pandemic yet.
Well, I mean,
They specifically said it's not going to be a COVID pandemic, which makes me think it's going to be a COVID
well,
pandemic.
and why would they do that, Greg? You got a theory on that? Why they want it to be a pandemic?
Oh, to
So
make Trump look bad because he, defunded the CDC with a lot of shit and the WHO because they're fucking pointless, worthless.
they are
So they're
worthless.
going to try to make Trump look bad.
Miss Rage, I know somebody. I know a doc or a nurse's child that died in a motorcycle accident, and they. This is from that nurse's mouth. Her son died in a motorcycle accident. He crashed his motorcycle at triple digits. He hit his head without a helmet. They tested him for COVID antibodies, and on his birth or death certificate, it says he died from COVID.
Yeah, they were coding everything COVID.
Well, they were getting paid for every COVID death.
Mm-hmm.
Hospitals would get paid for
You'd
every
actually get
COVID death.
if a relative died from COVID, you got $1,000. It's crazy.
But if your relative was dying and didn't have COVID, like an old grandmother in the nursing home, you couldn't go see her. There's so many
Mm-hmm.
videos of people like you all for not you all, but everyone's forgot that like there were people with dying grandmothers and grandfathers that were outside of the building touching the glass like their grandparents were in prison.
Yeah,
Like that's
it was
what
fucking ridiculous.
happened. That was real. I will not forget that I was tried to be bastardized because I didn't want an experimental drug injected into my body. Whether it worked or didn't, let's erase all of that. It was still an experimental drug. There's a reason vaccines take 10 to 20 years of testing before they're released. For something that magically that year flu deaths disappeared. There were zero flu deaths. Now, just for proportion, there's somewhere between 250,000 to 500,000 flu deaths annually. But that year, there were zero flu deaths.
Yeah, that just tells you all you need to
That's
know.
questionable. At best, that's questionable.
It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
And subsequently that same year we were watching a tally. How many times have you seen a tally on the news media of deaths from the flu? Now, that's not me saying that the deaths didn't matter, because they do. Real people lost people close to them, if not from COVID, from the flu, or from other things coded as COVID. But at the end of the day, those deaths matter, and those people went through that trauma, and that's real. Okay? I'm not diminishing that. What I am diminishing is the federal government's classification of everything that had to do with it. What I am doing is pointing out that people weren't able to sit with their grandparents in their final moments, or their parents in their final moments, because of something that had not many more deaths than the flu.
Yeah. Less like extreme too. Well, I guess not. Some people got hit hard, but
They
for
did.
the
If
most
you
part, the
had
flu was way worse.
if you had multiple comorbidities, like it was bad for
I know
you.
people that got sick from it. They had none of that. They actually got sick, but it was like a flu.
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying.
Like they felt like sick for a couple of days, had to call out of work. So I mean, it's a virus. Like
I mean, it's a shitty virus. Now, I want to say it's Remdesivir.
yeah, it's like yeah, it sounds right.
That's the one that was hurting people that they
Yeah, it's like
pulled.
kills your kidneys.
Yeah, but they forced people to get that. And I also want to say everyone that I knew that had a loved one that was put on a ventilator, just about every one of them lost that person. Now, I'm not saying that the ventilator's the problem, because I am not a medical professional, but there's a whole lot of questions that should be asked. And if you ask that question, If you ask any of those questions, well, you're a bigot. You're a Nazi. How dare you? I can't believe you don't just accept what you were told
Yeah,
by
like,
the same people that I was raised were questioning. Like, I remember people being like, well, we don't want cameras on street corners because we
mhm.
don't want to be like London in the 90s.
Yeah, yeah. Now here we are with flock cameras.
Exactly.
Are there upsides to it? Yeah, but at the same time,
Do we want a police state or do we not?
yeah,
Like, that's the real question because that's what you're building. And to sit here and I'm not even questioning people that got the vaccine. Like, if you made that decision consciously, like in the free state of Florida, where it was actually still a choice, well, good for you. If you decided that's what you want to do, awesome. I decided I didn't want to. And it should be just as celebrated as I celebrate you. If you lived in a country where if you did, or a country, that was a play on words and unintentionally. If you lived in a state where you had to get the vaccine, if your job fired you for not getting the vaccine,
yeah,
if you couldn't go grocery shopping, if you didn't have a vaccine passport, but you're telling me it's racist to use voter ID, shut the fuck up. Your opinion doesn't matter.
yeah. You're just
You're
a sheep.
yeah, you are by definition a sheep. Because if one thing is completely acceptable and is a form of identification to prove that you're not trying to get other people sick, but the other is, well, you're a racist if you just want to prove that you actually live and are a nationalist in the country, not a nationalist, wrong word, a citizen in the country that you're voting for. Well, you're a racist. Get the fuck out of here. There were people that were trying to use like damn near scarlet letter, like fucking neo-Nazi shit over a vaccine
Yeah,
passport.
basically didn't want you to eat, have a job, be able to do anything if you didn't follow
Be
the
able to
fucking
go in
rules.
public. There's videos of men in tactical outfits with AR-15 style assault weapons. I'm being a funny on that one. On beaches when people were at the beach with just their own family members, no one around. And that was acceptable.
Yeah,
But you know, if you're a right winger Christian, you're a Nazi. It's just words. That's why we're not afraid to say hard truths. Because at this point, it doesn't matter what I do. The minute it's found out that I support Donald Trump, I'm a Nazi, I'm a racist, I'm a bigot, I'm the greatest threat to democracy. And that's the problem. I mean, I hear you, Miss Rage. If you're not doing anything wrong, then what should you have to worry about? Everybody's done something wrong.
now you're getting to the point with AI, so they can just make a video of you doing something wrong if they really want to.
Everybody,
Especially when it gets to the point where it's unrecognizable from reality.
I mean, I don't disagree with you, but like everybody's ran a red light.
Yeah,
Everybody's sped. Everybody's drove a car without a seatbelt. Like, how deep do you want it to go?
yeah,
It's kind of like on a small scale football. And I know you don't know sports ball,
I do not.
but like, do you want to let the players play the game? Or do you want a camera analyzing every play, shutting it down and starting it over, shutting it down and starting it over? Like, yeah, it's real easy to say if you don't do anything wrong, you have nothing to worry about. But literally everyone has done at least something that's a criminal offense
Right.
in some manner, shape, or form. It's hard to now. That doesn't mean everybody's committed murder. Hell, that doesn't even mean everybody's stolen something. Although I believe just about everyone as a child has stolen a piece of bubble gum, a candy bar, a toy, something. But do you want to live in a country where everything is recorded and remembered? Do you want to live where there can be drones flying in a grid over the entirety of the country, catching everything that could be done wrong?
Right.
Do you want to live in a police state? Because that's what that is. I don't. I want to have some sovereignty over my land.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go, like, I get your laws outside of this 50 by 50 plot of land, be it feet, yards, acres, or miles. But inside of this is mine. And I can do within reason what I want to do here.
Yeah.
Because flock cameras are only the beginning.
Oh yeah.
That's only the start. That's not the end. Cameras on street corners are only the beginning. The end will be satellites in the air. I know I said drones, but satellites in the air with AI computers analyzing everything it can see, and AI can analyze better than any human. It will truly see it all. So, like, if you live in a state where you can't grow a pot plant, and you grow yourself just a single little plant
Yeah.
that's illegal in that state, they'll see it and prosecute. And at the end of the day, there might be some jail time, but there will always be a fine. There will always be monetary restitution. They always want money. That's why I believe in smaller government, little government, not big. And that's the biggest thing, in my personal opinion. That's the biggest difference between Republicans and Democrats. And it used to be the opposite.
Yeah.
Democrats used to be the, oh, well, we want little government, but that's not really what they want. What they want to do is boost up all their billionaire buddies. So even if they're not a billionaire, hey, I supported you the entire time.
Yeah.
So you're going to take care of me, right? You're going to make sure that I get a living wage, or, but how do you change those laws? We are the United States, which means each state has its own laws. But, like, do you want big government? Do you want them to tell you what to do? For them to charge you? For them to tell you how to live your life? That doesn't mean I don't think there should be morality. I think murder should be legal. I think there should be speeding, speed limits. I was trying to think of the right word. Speed limits. I think that stealing is wrong. I think fucking people over is wrong. But at the end of the day, the people that prosecuted the most are the people with the least amount of money, because they fight the least hardest. They don't have the money to fight it. You know, especially all these liberals that are like, well, we should just tax the billionaires, but we shouldn't police them.
Yeah.
Harvey Weinstein was a very fine guy until he wasn't.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey hung out with him. You know, the end all be all moral superiority person, policeman of the world. And yeah, if it's illegal, you shouldn't do it. But how many times do you put your seatbelt on in the car when you're supposed to? How many times have you done 90 and a 70 on the freeway? Or 75 and a 70?
Yeah.
Because that's still breaking the law. Do you want to live in a police state? That's the direction we're headed with this. That's where flock cameras are going. There will be an AI Big Brother floating in the air. George Orwell's I think it was Orwell, Orwellian, Orwell's fucking wet dream. A computer that can damn near
Nightmare.
I thought Orwell wanted that. Am I
No,
wrong?
he wrote the book 1984.
Yeah, but was it? Oh, that was his prediction?
Yeah, he was talking bad about it.
Okay. I never read the book. But that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
You're going to have an AI computer that'll damn near precog. If you know, what was the Tom Cruise movie?
Oh, Minority Report?
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where it's going to get bad because they're just going to start arresting people for shit they haven't done yet.
Because odds are they're going to, and AI's got a pretty good idea you might. And hell, it might have an 80% accuracy, but I don't want it for the other 20%. You know, that was the whole point of the Tom Cruise movie, if I remember correctly. Was it said Tom Cruise was going to do something that he ended up not doing and wasn't going to do. So what if you're the guy that it gets wrong? That's the real question. Do you want to be that person? It's like this other movie I saw, and I don't know what happened. It was the guy from the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Where he had to prove to an AI computer that he was, and I haven't seen the movie. I don't know if he did or didn't. But the premise of the trailer was that he didn't. And he had something like 90 seconds or some shit like that to prove to the computer that he.
I haven't seen it either.
I don't know if it was 90 seconds. Fuck, it could have been 90 years. But he had to prove to an AI computer that already had its mind made up that he was going to commit this murder. Or he did commit the murder. And the premise was that he didn't. At least that's what they showed it in the trailer. That's not what I want. Now, if, and this is a heavy if, it had 100% success rate and was never ever wrong, couldn't be no matter what, I still don't like that. Then I would be, I guess, okay with it. But and the I guess doesn't mean that I don't want people at 100% rate convicted. But nothing in this world is 100%.
Yeah.
Ever. Fuck, I was raised, don't ever say the word never or always, because you're never right and you're always wrong when you do. You can't tell me it's 100%. I don't believe you. You're lying. Anyway, guys, that's the show today. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Ultra M.A.G.A Nation will be here on Saturday as well.
Saturday. Something happens interesting, but not like bad. But like,
don't forget Sunday's Mother's Day. Make sure you get your mom some stuff. Make sure you get your kids to get your wife some stuff. Follow us on X, Rumble, Truth Social, YouTube, and Facebook. Ultra M.A.G.A Nation on all of them except X. It's what was the?
It's Ultra M.A.G.A Nation. It's just Ultra M.A.G.A 2 is the handle.
Okay. So if they look Ultra M.A.G.A Nation, it'll bring them to the right page. Mm-hmm. Okay, my bad. I'll quit asking that question then. I think I ask it like every fucking week. Don't forget to hit the like button, follow, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that when we're on, y'all know. Ultra M.A.G.A Nation, we're out this bitch. Peace.